Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. Our project today is this new home card. A couple of people had commented to me that we don't really have any new home sets in the catalogue, which is true, I think. And I think it's because Stampin' Up have to consider which sets will have the best sales, and maybe new home cards aren't needed that often. So maybe these sets don't sell quite as well as some of the others, I don't know. Anyway, I had a look through and decided I could make a new home card with these dies, which are from, they go with this stamp set, which is called Coming Home, and the dies, which are lovely, I love the dies, are from this set here. I've got the two out that I used actually over here, hang on a sec. These two little dies are the ones that I used for my card. Lovely, just sort of standalone little houses. And then these die cut the stamped images, the houses. This house I used to make my cloche decoration, which is here. You could do that. I did this with the DSP and cut them out with the dies, but this house is exactly the same. So you could cut that out, stamp that house and then cut it out. The trees as well, you can do that with the stamp set. Really, really pretty, I think. Like that very much. And then, of course, I also made my rainbow tree card with this set, and then did it in greens as well. So I'm trying to show you how versatile this set is. I bought it quite late on, and it's a shame really, because where are we? The day before Christmas, and or 2 days before Christmas, and I've really not used this as much as I could. And because I'm a demo, I tend to want to be able to demonstrate things to you that are available. I don't want to be demonstrating things that you then aren't able to buy, if should you want to. So for me, once a set's retired, I rarely go back to use it again. So although I do have another card shop, I do have a card shop on Etsy, and this card will be going into my card shop because I don't have any new home cards in my card shop. So I will be making this card again for my my card shop. Anyway, before we get on to our card, I just wanted to do a quick reminder that the new catalogue, because that set is going to be retiring on the 4th of January, because that's when the last mini catalogue retires, and then on the 5th of January we have this one. This is our brand new January to June spring summer catalogue. Loads of lovely things in it, which unfortunately I can't show you at the minute. I can show you the front, I can show you the back, but I'm not allowed to show you anything in it at the moment. And of course, running in January and February, we have our celebration event, which means that you can buy for every £45 you spend, you can choose something that's in this catalogue. Few little glances there, a few things that are available. You can choose anything in this catalogue for free. So lots of freebies going on in January and June. So if you'd like me to send you copies of these, and you're not one of my customers, any customer who's shopped with me over the last 6 months will get one automatically, so don't worry about that. If you're not sure you're on the list, or you would like one and you haven't shopped with me before, or not in the last 6 months, just let me know. I'll pop one in the post to you. They're all going to be going out tomorrow, or yeah, actually tomorrow, because I want to get them out before Christmas, so I want them to be dropping through your letterboxes between Christmas and New Year. Right, so that's my little plug for catalogues. Let's get back to our card. Right, okay, so to make this card, I have already die cut. You need quite a lot of die cuts for this card. So I'm using Whisper White, gold foil, and a little bit of real red. So I've cut one house in gold, and I've cut a little red heart to go in the middle there. It's going to be exactly the same as this card I'm making today. Don't often do that, but today it is going to be the same. And then I've got 4 of the little houses with the stars in, and then I'm just going to pop a little gold star in all of those, like so. So all of these, so when I was die cutting the stars out of the die, I just cut a little bit of card to lay over there, so I didn't waste any, because I didn't want to cut out the whole house in gold when I only needed the star. So I just cut a little bit of a little square of card and put that through. And then the gold heart that was left from that one, I just popped inside there on the panel just to link that through. Right, okay. And of course you could do this in any colours. I've done white on white with golden red. You could do it in any colours you like, and I'm sure there are lots of combinations that would look really good. For any of you that want to know about the message, I've printed that on computer. So I just had a sheet of A4 card going through my computer, printed it as near the top as I could. The font is called Optima, O-P-T-I-M-A, and it's size 20 font, and I've printed it in a mid-grey colour. So if any of you wanted to do that. So let me show you how we make our card. Right, and what I've done is put away my measurements. I have my measurements here. Right, okay, so first of all we need a card blank, and we're going to make this card blank measure 19.5 by 7.5 centimetres. I'm working in centimetres today. So this way I'm going to cut it at 15, because I'm then going to score it at 7.5. So get that straight, check it's lined up here, and then score. That gives you your card blank, but I just need to go back in because this will measure 21 and I just want it 19.5. So I need to bring my arm out. I want it 19.5. So there. So I'm just trimming a little bit off there, not too much. It just didn't need to be quite so big, so long. There we go. And then while I've got my trimmer out, I'm going to trim this piece of cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down near my message to about half a centimetre. So if you need to, you can measure that. So let's see exactly what I did here. Let's do it exactly. Yeah, I think it is about, it's about 7 millimetres. So if we measure 7 millimetres, was that from the O or the? Yeah, that was from the O. So from the top of the O, I'm going to measure 7 millimetres and put a little pencil mark. And then when I bring that into my trimmer, I can line up my pencil mark. Can you? I don't know if you can see that. I'll pick that up on camera. The pencil mark is there, and I've got it in the groove where I'm going to cut. So just trim that, and then this piece needs to be 6.5 centimetres. So it's a very long, thin card, this one. And then I need another piece that's 6.5 because this is going to go in the middle of my card. And then both of those need to be trimmed off so that they're 18.5. This one I can just trim. So that's the centre of my card. This one, of course, I can't just trim because it's I need this to be centred. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the good luck in your new home. Right, okay, so I've centred that up. It's slightly less than 9 there and slightly indented there. So that's 4.5. So just measure the centre. You could actually measure the centre of the whole thing, I guess, couldn't you? So let's think 21, 10, and yeah, 10.5. You can measure the whole thing. And then, because we want it to be down to 18.5, so we need it to be 9.25 each side. So 9.25 to there, and then 18.5 to there, and that should measure 9.25 as well. It's a bit late at night for me to be doing maths. Okay, so I can now trim those edges off, just so that you get the message centred, because you don't want it lopsided over to, well, you might want it lopsided. I don't, I want it centred. There we go. And that's all our cutting and trimming done. Right, okay, I'm now going to come in with some Tombow. I can find it. And we can get gluing. So first of all, I need my bone folder. I've been having a sort out of bit of my mum's stuff. Some of you know the story about my mum. My dad died last December, and my mum has dementia and couldn't be left on her own in the house, so we had to find a care home for her. And since then we've had to clear out the house to sell it in order to pay for the care home. And my mum, I definitely got my crafty genes from my mum. And I've been sorting out all her stuff, and the other day I found her like toolkit, and so I've now got a spare one of everything. I've got a spare bone folder and a spare pair of tweezers and lots of things, spare rulers and things, because she had a very similar craft kit. So it's quite nice actually to be able to use my mum's things and know that they will get a bit of use again. The dementia has really taken hold, so she's not at all interested anymore, can't do anything, which is such a shame. She was such a talented lady. She used to sew and knit and do calligraphy and make cards and do watercolouring. She did such a lot of stuff in her time, and now she's completely lost all the ability to do any of it. Right, there we go. So that fits exactly. Can you see how that fits really nicely there? So thank you to all of you that ask about my mum. Several of you do ask me about my mum. She's doing fine. She's in a lovely, lovely care home with lovely, lovely staff. They've stayed completely COVID free, which is great. But it's because I've been shielding all this time. I haven't been able to see her as much as I would like. My brother and my sister have been a bit more than me. So we are trying to keep in touch. We have what are called pod visits, where we've got a complete screen between us, so that there's absolutely no danger of us infecting her. There we go. Right, so I've glued that panel down. While I'm here with the glue, I'm going to glue the panel inside as well. So just a little bit of Tombow. Gonna need a new Tombow soon, I think. This one seems to be running out. Feels very light, so I need to crack open a new one. I've got plenty, which is just as well. I don't know whether you've heard about all the disruption for my international watchers and followers. There's a huge amount of disruption from France to England at the minute because of the new strain of the COVID virus. And so nothing is getting through. So any orders coming from Stampin Up, which come from Germany into the UK, are going to be more delayed than they would have been, I'm afraid. Right, okay, so now I am going to mark the middle again of my card, because I want to centre the gold one. So the gold house is going there, like that. So I'll just put a little pencil mark which will rub out. That's why I love these pencils. They've got an eraser really handy when you need it. So if you do a pencil mark, you can erase really easily. So a little bit of Tombow on the back here, and I'm just going to spread that out with a cocktail stick just so that we don't get any blobs. I don't want any glue coming through to the front because it marks the gold foil and doesn't look as shiny and doesn't look as professional. So I want a very thin layer of glue on my house, and then that is going there, like so. There we go. And then the red heart pops in the middle there. Like so. And in fact, just that, I did think when I was doing it, you obviously don't want a long card like this, but just that little house in a new home card would be great. You don't actually need all of these ones. So now these ones are going to go, so the bottoms are going to try and line up. Try and get them straight, and just placing them equidistant away from each other. Like so. Yeah, so they just need gluing. So we'll just do that. Like so. Sorry if I've gone a bit quiet. I've had to do this video twice tonight because my husband, since we've been locked down, or since March really, my husband spends a lot of his time normally going and doing open mic nights at pubs, and things, and hasn't been able to do that, so they've done a lot of online concerts. And just as I started videoing tonight, he, who is in the room next door behind the room behind me, he started playing with his amplifier on. He plays guitar, and all you could hear with me trying to talk on my video was him singing and playing his guitar. So I decided that wasn't very conducive to a nice relaxing craft video. So this is my second attempt at making this card on video tonight. Don't worry, he'll pay for it later. Just me and him for Christmas this year. Yeah, luckily we had planned to just be me and him before Boris changed everybody's plans. I've got a lot of friends who are really distraught because their Christmas plans have been ruined. But hey ho, it is what it is. It's nobody's fault really, is it? It's this flipping virus. Who would have thought that this tiny, tiny microscopic thing could wreak so much havoc in the world in the 21st century? There we go. So that's the fourth of our houses. Now I've just done this by eye. Of course, if you don't think your eye is good enough, you could measure and mark where you want these houses to go, because it will spoil the look of your card if they're all higgledy-piggledy. They're not straight and they're not equidistant apart. So just measure it and mark, put a little mark. And again, if you've got a little rubber on the end of your pencil like this, that will rub out really easily. There we go. And then I just need to place little gold stars in the middle here. There we go. So I'm wondering if anyone who's watching has had their vaccine yet. I'm hoping that I'm due to have mine within a couple of months, which would be great. Be so nice to be able to go out into the big wide world again. I'm beginning to feel as if I've been trapped in my house forever. But I haven't minded it. I think because I craft, I don't mind being in my house a lot of the time. But you miss things, don't you? You miss seeing people and hugging people. Right, and then I've got one more gold star that is missing at the minute. I'm hoping. Oh, where's it gone? No, we might have to do without the other gold star at the moment. Just make sure it's not here. I've got a lot of white stars here, look, but I haven't got another gold. I must have lost that gold one somewhere. Trouble is I've moved all this stuff around so much today. I thought I had cut another gold one out. Okay, just imagine amongst yourselves that one. I'm going to turn all these over, but I don't think it's here. I think these are all white. How frustrating. Just a little look. Can't see it anywhere lying around. It will turn up as soon as I turn the camera off, of course. Nope, can't see another gold star. I will have to do one. Okay, right, okay, last little bit is just sticking. Okay, the glue is coming through slightly there. That will dry clear. There we go. Like so. And that is our card finished, apart from the gold star, which I will have to go and die cut after I come off here. So there's that card, very similar, apart from the missing star, to this one. Like I say, I'm going to be selling these in my shop because I do get asked from time to time for new home cards, and I haven't had any in there before. But that is all from me today. Thank you for being with me and listening to my ramblings. I guess Christmas is just churning up a lot of memories for me. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today. Lovely to have you. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you want a notification every time I post, then click the little bell as well and you'll get a notification. But that is really it from me today. Thanks very much for watching, and I will be back with you very, very soon. Bye.